What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Doesn't make sense. I don't really know. Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 136 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off the beginning of 2023, and here we are. It's week 136 to the best of my knowledge, man. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link should be pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, not only do we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a plethora of other sections over there as well, from music to sports, you name it, right? Okay, so a little bit of everything. But anyway, man, enough rambling. Let's just get into this weekly sneaker rotation. If I didn't say it in the beginning, make sure y'all hit that like button and sub up for sure. But pretty much y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. So we're gonna start this Saturday. And I'm pretty sure very quickly you'll catch on what type of week I was on, right? Okay, the kid had to hit the chop shop, and probably by the time I'm doing this recording, it's probably time to go back. My hair tends to grow like kind of all over the place sometimes. I mean, probably the video probably speaks for itself. But anyway, Saturday, kid stepped in none other than what actually is coming out right now by the time that I probably drop this video is the Air Jordan 12. And these are pretty much the true blues, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay, now I could probably be calling this by the wrong name because I've had these for quite some time. But at the same time, it was a shoe that, to be honest, I don't think I needed like a new, like updated version that we're getting here in 2025. As you can see, mine, I feel like I haven't worn enough, but at the same time, they have produced so many 12s. I feel like that's the second most silhouette that I have in my collection next to the Jordan 1s, right? Okay, arguably one of my favorites in my collection. I remember these came out probably like around the time when the Breads actually came back out. So honestly, this is like living proof in the making that Jordan Brand drops the kind of same silhouette and colorways. Like, once they do one thing, they're gonna do this, because we had the Breads already come back out and now we're getting these right here. Okay, now I will say this, I didn't necessarily wasn't a fan of these, but at the same time, not as many sneakers was releasing back then as compared to now. Now I want to do check the production date on this one. My pair is from literally 2015, right? Okay, so yeah, and that just goes to show you that these actually do hold up. I'm kind of inspecting the shoe, making sure there's no like problem of looking like it's probably about to fall apart, like I need a fresh pair. But yeah, this is the Air Jordan 12, and these are the blue joints. Again, if I butchered the name, keep in mind I've had this shoe for quite some time, even though I'm probably literally about to drop like another video on these guys for like a drip or skip. But again, it's kind of one of those, do I really need a fresh pair? I don't hate these. Obviously, I had these in the collection. At one point, I had thought about getting rid of them, but at the same time, I actually have a special place in my heart for them. So this was my Saturday shoe, was the Air Jordan 12. And again, if I got the name wrong, y'all feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. In fact, I'll probably edit it up on the screen because I know how you people get in the comment section real quick when I butcher the wrong color scheme or name. But anyway, I think these are the true blues, but I could be thinking of the 3s as well. But these are actually 12s, right? Okay, so this was my Saturday shoe. Cool. Now we're gonna move right along to Sunday. Y'all know that's pretty much my I guess you can say like chill day, relax day, and prep for the beginning of the week. So y'all already pretty know which time I'm on. So I stepped in none other, and I stayed at the crib for the most part. Yeezy Slides, pure colorway. These are just my house shoes, man, my beaters, right? Okay, I probably say that each and every week. Sometimes, you know, every now and then a kid has a pretty busy week where I don't get to put these on as much as I like to, but obviously I wear them enough, right? Okay, now this is the Dirt Magnet colorway, as I like to call them right here. And I don't hate them, but I will say compared to the newer updated quote unquote models that we got where, you know, what Yeezy and Adidas kind of went their own separate ways and they released all the colorways. These are more comfortable than those pair. This is like that pure colorway where, you know, this is where I guess they were still kind of figuring out the sizing issues because that was a problem back in the day as well. I don't know if I even still have, yeah, my joint I've worn so much, I don't even think it has like the sizing tag in there anymore, right? Okay, because it's just gone to like smithereens. Like, I did get a size 11 in the US though, I will say that, and it says made in China in there, but the camera's not gonna pick that up at all. But I mean, it is what it is. But this was my Sunday shoe, pretty much chilling in the crib in comfort in the Yeezy slides, and this is the pure colorway. Cool. Now I'm gonna move right on to Monday, right back into work. You know I work a full-time job. Now this shoe, I think my coworker at the time inspired me to cop this shoe more than I really was gonna cop this shoe, but I don't regret it because they did first come, first serve at the mall, and yeah, I'm glad we pulled up when we did, right, okay? And so pretty much Monday, the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 12, and these are called the Masters, right, okay? One thing you should know about the kid, I am a major sucker for the color gold, and of course, I like black, so I feel like this has the best combination of the best of both worlds for me, right? Okay, and obviously I wear a lot of white tees, and guess what? It's got a little hint of white there. So Air Jordan 12s, I know it significantly goes for these go to the hood, this, right, and the third. And there may be some truth to that, right? Allegedly, because I mean, when I tell you, when we pulled up to that mall, it was crazy. And I'm almost positive this was a 2015 release for sure. Yep, production date 2015 on these guys. If not 2015, probably early 2016, right? Okay, but I don't regret them. I used to rock these joints all the time. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like it's a timeless classic shoe, and salutes to the homies Dunks. One thing that he could probably say you could never go wrong with a majority all black shoe. So this was my Monday shoe, was an Air Jordan 12 Masters. Cool, now we're gonna move right along on to Tuesday. This is a shoe where I did have to pay resale on because at the time when they came out, the kid just was going through so much, I really couldn't add them to the collection. But they did come home, and rumors is they're supposed to come out again this year, but maybe I'll get a fresh pair, who knows, I'll see how it feels. And I'm talking none other than the Air Jordan 12, and these are the Taxis, right, okay? Timeless classic shoe is kind of one of those, if you know, you know. Again, has that gold lace loops joints on there right there. Perfect for me, right, okay? And again, I will say this, would have been white and black, you can't really go wrong with it. Now, of course, the reason we call them the Taxis is because underneath, it has that hint of like yellow in there, right, okay? Now, production date on my joints, obviously 2013. So yeah, these joints I've had for quite some time. Well, not necessarily, they've been produced for quite some time. I think I picked these up roughly about 2-3 years ago, give or take. I did like a pickup vlog on it and everything. Well, actually, I attempted to do a pickup vlog, but it didn't go well on the resale store. So I ended up finding them at my favorite place that I like to shop for resale. But anyway, this was my Tuesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 12 Taxis. Cool. Now we're gonna move right along to Wednesday, the kid right back at the work. Again, y'all know I work a full-time job, man. Not just YouTube over here. No shout to anybody that does that, because that's a good thing and a blessing, right? Okay. But Wednesday, right back at the work, and I stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 12, and these are the Michigans to the best of my knowledge. Now, this shoe, I remember I hit on sneakers, and I am surprised that this joint didn't sell out. And I'm sure it did, but it didn't instantly sell out quickly, right? Okay, now me, I'm not a major sucker for the color blue, even though technically I showed you a pair of Air Jordan 12s that feature blue, but these right here, it just kind of stuck up. Now the color that sticks out on this for me now, one of the things I'll say this, while I am a major sucker for the color gold, yellow seems like to be like the runner-up. For whatever reason, when I see yellow, it kind of just stands out to me, and I'm like, why not? You know, I feel like I can pull these off. So I like to rock yellow from time to time. So these were my Wednesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 12 Michigans. This is at one point was like a PE at some point, so then they did a general release for them. So there are some slight differences if you have the PE version, but yeah, this is the one I got off sneakers. So this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 12 Michigan. Cool. Now let's move right on to Thursday. The kid right back at work. This is a shoe where I feel like will always be timeless, classic sneaker, right? Okay, this one is synonymically just goes with Michael Jordan, no matter how you slice and dice it, even though they all do because it's his shoe. But Thursday, right back to work. Know the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 12, and these are the Flu Games, right? Okay. Now I did have to get a fresh pair on this. I think the last pair we had was what, 2016. I had those pair, but I ended up selling those because I had got a fresh pair. I mean, you really couldn't tell the difference at the end of the day, even though my pair was fine, but I just wanted a fresh pair, man. Now this shoe obviously features my top favorite colors of all time, which red, right? Okay, I love red. And then obviously black, right? Okay, and then this is the shoe where, so not only where the story goes that Michael Jordan technically had the flu when he was planning these, but we later found out in the Last Dance documentary that he actually had food poisoning from eating a pizza, right? Okay, but either way, we still gonna call these the Flu Games because that's what we called them at the time, because I don't think the story was actually 100% accurate back then. But I mean, it is what it is. We got it out there. Again, 12s, I will say this, while it is a high cut shoe, keep in mind it's a basketball shoe, and that's fine. I think they are comfortable too. You know, this is definitely one of those, like, if you're gonna put it in the hood shoe category, this one is one that you're gonna see, right? Okay, but this was my Thursday shoe, was the Air Jordan 12 Flu Games. Cool. Now we're gonna move right on to Friday to close out the week. Y'all know I do my very best to try to finish strong. And again, at this point, you guys probably know it's 12 week for the kid. And I stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 12, and these are the Wings. And yes, I had to come out the hit with the chips, but back then, resale wasn't as crazy on the level of what I seen what in 2020 and 2021. But yeah, these joints right here, this one production date on it, I can see it already kind of opening up. 2016 on these, but yeah, I did pay resale on this. Now apparently with the Wings, if I was to want to, you can actually scrape off the black part, but I actually like the way this shoe looks. It kind of reminds me of the playoffs, but it has that hint of gold. And one thing that I've always been telling you guys, even throughout this video, I am a sucker for the color gold. But even if you look, over the camera's picking this up, maybe on the on-feet portion, it says Wings right there instead of Jordan, right? Okay, Timeless classic shoe, another like significant like little detail on there. Instead of it saying Jordan and what it normally writes, it has its arm spread out palming the ball, right? Okay, so I feel like, yeah, there's a shoe I don't wear enough that I should wear more, and that's what I've been obviously trying to do. So this was my Friday shoe, was the Air Jordan 12, and these are the Wings. Cool. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sound off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm doing my very best to stay on top of the comment section. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this thing and start rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.